Hey friends, Cherie here. Welcome back to the channel, Gardening at Home with Cherie. Well, I'm out in my front garden. I have a mulberry tree here loaded. This is just a wild native to Minnesota mulberry tree. I noticed a few weeks ago that it was loaded with fruit, and then I've noticed a lot of birds and squirrels out here. So I figured I would come and check to see if they are ripened, and sure enough, many are starting to ripen. So last year, I let them have pretty much all the berries, but this year I want some. I have several mulberry trees on the property, and several of them, the berries are out of reach for me. This is one where I can reach a lot of the berries, so I'm gonna claim them for myself. So you can see within the branch, they don't ripen all at the same time. So this really dark one here, these are ripened. These are the newest fruits, and then they go through a stage where they're kind of pink and then red. So I'm gonna harvest as many of the dark ones as I can find. Oops, I'm gonna have to go get a bowl because I don't wanna be dropping these all over the place. I'm gonna get as many of the dark ones as I can get. So at least I know I got some this season. If I miss the next round, you know, at least I got some. All right, let me go back in the house and get a bowl. I was just looking out the living room window and I saw this big fat squirrel up in the window, up in the tree. And I said, oh, the mulberries must be ready. But my hand is full. Let me go get a bowl and I'll show you what I'm able to collect.
Up in a painted cup, I will pour my love from a cloud above. So bright I can see the lights taking you up and above the blue sky. Tastes good to be drinking all of the honey sweet brew of ours. Up in a painted cup, right in the sky like a firefly.
I've gotten a bowl full, and there's just still so many within my reach. I'm about 5'8", so with my arms stretched up, I mean, I can reach up a little over 6 feet tall. So, I mean, a lot of them I can't possibly reach. So again, there'll be plenty for the birds to eat. But I'm gonna stretch up as far as I can to get as many as I can, because I might miss the second flush of them. You know, fortunately, there's lots of other things that the birds and squirrels are eating throughout the property. But this is one of those things, like a swarm will come in and they'll eat these all in a day if I don't catch them. And so, and like back in here, I have a lot of prickly shrubs, and so I can only go back so far in there also. But again, let's keep collecting. When you get under the tree and look up, you can really see all the ripe berries much easier. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but when you look at it from the top and the sides, the leaves kind of hide the berries. But when you look at it, when you're harvesting, if you go under the tree, if you can, it's very easy to differentiate the ripened berries from the unripened berries. I can hear the birds and I can see them. It's like they saw me over here harvesting and they got a little angry, and they're all coming to the nearby trees. But I'm gonna get my mulberries. They're gonna have to wait and get what's left. All right, there's still a lot to pick. So I'm gonna head inside, get a couple bowls, and get this finished.
Up in a painted cup, I will paraglide across the sky. Let flowers and tiny hearts shaping a line in the cup of ours. So sweet like a honeybee can buzz around a honey tree. Up in a painted cup, right in the sky like a firefly. Like a firefly.
Okay friends, so I ended up getting 4 these containers. I'm gonna weigh them, measure them inside just for my own records. But the tree is still absolutely loaded. I mean, I hardly made a dent in the collection of what's ripe, and there's loads that's still not ripe. I mean, they're everywhere. I love the leaf pattern on the mulberry trees. I think I'm going to pull out my tree book and do some propagation of this particular one. It's the heaviest producing one, has a really beautiful shape to it. I have a bunch more around my property. I'm gonna go scan those later today or tomorrow. I mean, they're loaded this year, this one, and you know, maybe the other ones are as well. This is where I've been picking, so it's much more thinned out, but you can see, I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but I mean, the limbs are loaded with ripened fruit already. Try to go over carefully without making you dizzy. You see, on some branches you can see, I mean, there's just fruit everywhere. Look at this branch. I'm gonna come back out with long sleeves on, and I'm gonna get all back there and get as much fruit as I can tomorrow, because again, there's so much up top that I can't reach. There's plenty for the birds and the squirrels, and so I'm gonna get everything that's within my reach that I can. Very exciting. Here's another side of the tree. I mean, it is just loaded. It's loaded with berries. So I'm gonna get these inside. I think each of these bowls, they hold at least a cup. So I have probably more than 4 cups here. I'm gonna save probably a bowl to eat fresh. And then, yeah, I'll figure out what I'm gonna do with the rest of them today. And then definitely we'll do more with them tomorrow. Maybe I'll freeze a bag. We'll see.
I believe to believe is to feel the fire grow within. I believe to believe is to see how the present comes from dreams. Color in my love, love, love. Color in my love, love, love. I believe to believe is to feel. Color in my love, love, love.
Hey friends, here's some bonus footage for you. I actually decided to whip up several things with these mulberries. We have gone back outside and harvested more. They were so delicious. Saving some fresh, gonna freeze up some, but right now I'm gonna whip up a batch of scones. I'm working on a new scone recipe, and so I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna bake these up, and then I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna serve it with the mulberry. I'm just gonna make a simple syrup with the mulberries to serve with these scones today. Okay, here are my scones, a little syrup. I had to make a fresh cappuccino to go with this deliciousness, and then I'm gonna try this out. We'll see how, I'm very curious to see how this new scone recipe that I'm working on works. I'm using some flour combination that I haven't used before in making scones. So if it tastes great, I'm gonna make it again. Well, I'm gonna keep working on it until I get it to taste great. And then I will share the recipe on my cooking channel, Cooking at Home with Cherie. All right, I'm gonna give this a try. This is so delicious. The mulberry sauce is like the perfect sweetness. You really don't. I added a little bit of sugar to it as I cooked it down. It's so good. I made some whipped cream. And then the scone recipe is definitely a hit. I think the only thing I'm gonna do when I make it again the next time is not roll it down so thin, just so the scone is a little thicker. And it has a delicious crumb, a little crunch to it, and then the inside is tender and delicious. All right, let me go sit down and enjoy my little afternoon treat. All right, I'll see you guys back here on this channel, the gardening channel, very soon. I will definitely share the scone recipe on the cooking channel, Cooking at Home with Cherie, very soon. Take good care. Bye.